So in this video on Python, we're going to talk about how to install Anaconda. Before we go there, let's try to understand what Anaconda is. So it's an open source distribution of Python language. In short, if you want to download Python on your system, you can use Anaconda, which makes your life easy. It comes with hundreds of pre-installed packages, and additional open source packages can also be installed, which means suppose if you want a specific library for machine learning or for visualization, all these come pre-installed with this Anaconda package. So it gives you not only Python but underlying libraries as well, pre-cooked or pre-installed. It brings everything under one umbrella, so it's just a plug and play for you. So you don't have to bother about setting up things and bringing them together. You just use Anaconda and you're ready to go. Anaconda can also install, run, and update packages and their dependencies, again making life easy for you. And there are some pre-installed IDEs like PyCharm, Spider, and Jupyter Notebook that come along with Anaconda. Now IDE, we will have a separate video on that, but basically it's a place where you write the code, and these IDEs which come pre-installed are more than enough for you for your coding purposes. So before we try to understand how we install Anaconda, which is pretty straightforward, let's also try to check one thing, whether your operating system is a 32-bit or a 64-bit. Now for people who don't know it, I know most of you already know it, but if you don't know it, 32-bit OS or 64-bit OS can be checked through your on your system by just right-clicking on your, what to say, my computer or this PC in this case. If you right click on this, you will see a properties tab coming up, and this properties over here, if you click here, you will see that you get this window on the right that is visible on the slide, and over here you see 64-bit OS or a 64-based processor, which means the 64-bit operating system. Now that you have figured out what is the operating system you're using, you can download the Anaconda version accordingly, right? So let's go to the internet and just type Anaconda here, or if you want, you can write Anaconda Python so that you don't get the Anaconda, the real one. And and then if you go to this website, you will see this Anaconda distribution. Click here, and over here you will see you will get this download option. Right now, if you just go to Anaconda like this, I'm just telling you because for people who are using it for the really first time might get a different window, because if you just go to anaconda.com, you will get this window, right? Don't bother. When you see this download window, you have these three options. These are the Anaconda installers. This is for Windows, Apple, and Linux. So since I'm using Windows, I'll click here. You will see it saying 3.9 version, 64-bit, 621 MB. If you want to use some older version, or if you don't want to go for 64-bit, then there are other older versions of Python available on this website, and you can touch base with me in case you get stuck here. Now I'm clicking here on this icon, and once I click here, this window opens up, and over here I get this option for Python 3.9. I click this one because it is matching 64-bit. Again, I click here, and my installation starts here. So once this installation is done, we will proceed further. So let's wait for it to download completely. We have this installation done. So this is the Anaconda installer. If I click here, it will take you through the entire installation process. So you can see it says, do you want to run this file? So obviously I want to install and then run it, and then the installer will start running. It would be automatically taking you to all the things. I'll recommend don't change anything as and when you get an option. Just follow whatever is recommended until unless you are an advanced user, and then let the installer do its stuff. Again, don't change anything here, and then install here. So once it's completed, you can click on next here. Click next again, and then it will give you some options. You can keep them as they are, or you can uncheck them. And then once you finish it, so your Anaconda would be ready. Over, I'm just looking for Jupyter Notebook, which is an ID. I'll just install Anaconda, so it's available here. I open it, and this is my Jupyter Notebook, which in itself means that our installation is ready. But just still, to really confirm it, let's run a small code on Jupyter Notebook. You can use other programming IDs. So over here, I'll just say the customary hello world, and if it's installed properly, it should work fine, right? So which means our Anaconda installation is working fine. So that's how you install Anaconda for Python, and I hope you will find this video helpful and interesting. If you have any issues, please comment or let us know if you would like to learn anything else. Thank you so much.